Nothing is given, everything is earned. This quote is taken from an NBA player, LeBron James, as he gave the speech to the new students of his new elementary school that he just opened up in Akron, Ohio. Throughout the speech, he talks about how he lives by this quote, and through his hard work and perseverance, he is the man he was today. Right away, when I read the quote, I knew that it really related to me. I knew that there's a particular moment in my life where I learned that hard work will get you places, and if you're not willing to put in the work, then that's not going to happen for you. So my transition from sophomore to junior year was probably one of the lowest parts of my life, and all throughout my life, I played the trumpet and I played soccer. Those are my two main things that I really excelled in. I worked incredibly hard to get up to the point my sophomore year where through trumpet, I was a principal trumpet player in every single band, marching band, wind ensemble, orchestra. And that's something I really took pride in, especially since how competitive the music program was at my school. And also with my soccer team, I was the JV team captain, and I was playing every minute of every single game. I was defensive MVP, won league that year, and I thought everything was going great for me. And I saw myself the next year having a starting position on the varsity team. At the end of the year, I got pulled up to varsity. At the end of my sophomore year, I got pulled up to varsity. So I thought everything was looking really well for me. But this is where I began to lose my desire to get better. I was on top, and I didn't know how it felt anymore to work for something. I didn't know how it felt to want to improve and to get better. I started going through the motions. I wasn't putting in the full effort I could have at practice. I would stop practicing my trumpet as much. I wasn't practicing at home. I was just playing at school, and I thought I would just be okay. Going into junior year, this is where my lack of effort really showed. Right when I started school, we had marching band rehearsal, and I noticed there was things that I just couldn't play. Where before, a year before, it was a lot easier for me. And I thought it would be easy to just come back and going through summer, not practicing too much. But right away, there was a senior, and he passed me up, and I lost my spot. I lost my principal trumpet position. That was the first time in my life where I've been set back, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to think about it. And then also, since I wasn't staying in shape. I wasn't practicing soccer as much throughout like the off season. When I got back to school, this didn't work out for me. I was missing shots. I couldn't make simple passes. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel like I was in my place, and which resulted in me not getting the starting position that I thought I was so sure I was going to get. And the combination of both these things really hindered my confidence, and I was losing my confidence. I did not know what to do because I've never been in a situation like this before. There was a point where I almost just gave up trying. I didn't think I could bounce back from this. I thought they didn't believe in me anymore, and I was really upset. It was a really hard time for me. These problems started reflecting at home when I wasn't talking to my parents. I was giving them attitude. My parents would ask me what was going on, and I just wouldn't say anything because I think it was more I couldn't admit to myself that because of my actions and not putting in the work that it was my fault. And I started blaming my coaches. I started blaming my band director, and that it was their fault that I was failing. And I couldn't see, and I couldn't admit to myself that it was my fault. I didn't know what to do anymore, and I finally I said I need to talk to my dad about this, and I go to him for advice on a lot of things. And I finally opened up to him, and he told me I remember him saying, if like everyone can be good at something, but if you want to be great, if you want to be number one, you're gonna have to put in the work at it. So from there, I decided I was gonna get my act together. This was the turning point for my downfall. I did it once before with working so hard where I got up to the point my sophomore year that I knew I could do it again. This time would just be a little harder. But I started working harder than everyone else. I would stay after practice. I started practicing my trumpet more at home. And with all these small improvements, I could see I was getting back to where I wanted to be, and this really motivated me to get back to the top. Um, and by my senior year, sure enough, I got my principal trumpet spot back. I got a starting spot in the varsity squad, and this really humbled me because I saw that through my hard work that I achieved something that I never thought I could do. And then I knew at this point I did not want to make the same mistake and just settle. Since I got back to the top, I did not want to settle. I wanted to push even further. I wanted to keep getting better. So I saw the opportunity for me to be able to try to get a scholarship here at Pepperdine playing my trumpet. So I worked really hard at it. I was practicing every single day for this. And finally the audition came up. I did great. And then about a month later, I was contacted that they were granting me a very generous scholarship. And then if I got into the school, then I'd be able to go and everything would work out, and everything did. So I knew that if I didn't go through all these bad times, I probably would not be speaking in front of you guys here today. In conclusion, throughout my junior year, the hardships were very difficult to overcome. But however, I realized it was tough going through those times, but it's probably the best thing that ever happened to me. If I never got benched on the soccer team, if I never got demoted from my principal trumpet spot, I wouldn't have learned these lessons in order to get the desire to be back on top. And I wanted to talk about this message and give this message to you guys because if you guys are ever in a situation where you're asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Just know that everything does happen for a reason. Whether it's bad times or good times, there's always a lesson behind it. You guys are going to learn something so much more from that. And I truly believe that God put me through this really hard moment of my life in order to teach me these life lessons that I can take away from it. And the three most important life lessons I did take away from the situation was one, never settle because there's always someone coming for your job. Two, always stay humble. And three, the most important, as LeBron James once said, nothing is given, everything is earned.